What do you think about death? Finn Foxell,
Hello.
welcome to my fort.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
It's nice in here.
yeah. Do you like the stars?
Yeah, it's a beautiful array. Could sit here for ages.
Yeah, that's all. This is all I do.
Yeah.
I don't leave this spot. I literally just sit here, and I'm actually wearing an adult diaper, and
Yeah.
I actually just go when I have to go, and I get people to bring me coffee.
Yeah, and then you just wait for the next artist
person
to come.
Exactly,
And you just have a chat, and then
Yeah. It's
maybe
good.
get them to bring you some new diapers. And
Occasionally they ask to change them.
I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
yeah.
You know, if you don't need to leave your little nook, then why would you?
Why would you?
Yeah. I'm like that in the studio sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just like, why would I leave? And I'm like, oh no, I need vitamin D. I should go outside.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you're kind of like the godfather of like underground sound in London, at least. And maybe that's just how I paint you in my head. But I don't say that to everyone. I'm not even trying to be polite. I just really think that in my head that's kind of what you're like. But because you've been around for some time.
Yeah, quite a long
Yeah,
time.
you've been around for some, I think we're the same age. I don't know. I think we're the same age. But you've been around for like a while.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it now for like, this is my 11th year.
Happy
making
11th
music.
year.
Thank you. Just
That's
past
nuts.
the Big 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is wacky when I like think about how long I've been doing it. And I don't know, I don't feel very old. I'm like mid-20s, but I think because I started so young, I guess, I do feel sort of like I've really been in this. I'm familiar. But that's a massive compliment, do you know what I mean, hearing that like I'm perceived as somewhat a godfather of anything. That's pretty cool, man. I'm the godfather.
You're a godfather.
Yeah, I'll take that. Take that to the bank.
How do you think the underground scene has changed from when you first started to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely changed on some level. But I don't know how much, really. I think collaboration is collaboration, and like grassroots music is usually where you get the most organic collaboration, because it's people who aren't doing it because they're trying to gain any monetary value out of it. At least like at the forefront, like the primary objective is just to make cool art. And I think in underground scenes, like that's always at the forefront. Whereas as you get into like slightly more commercial leaning music, then suddenly it gets a little bit more calculated. And I don't know, I think that the change of the landscape with like UK music, when I was first starting out, the underground scene, like just in terms of the numbers and just in terms of the access, like it was so much more contained and so much smaller. And I think now we're seeing like wider scale collaboration across the actual like country. Do you know what I mean? Like we're seeing underground artists from Manny or from any next random place. Do you know what I mean? We've got like Led by Her from Norwich coming through and collabing with London artists, and they're all relatively early on their journey. And I just think the access that's been created and just how big the underground music scene in the UK is now allows for that collaboration and encourages it. And it's not that wasn't happening when I started out. I just think it felt like it wasn't happening as much.
Yeah.
And like it felt a little bit more like all these small little separate branches of what underground music was, whereas now it feels really cohesive. Regardless of like how different people are sonically, you can instantly like link it all together and be like, oh, this is a scene, this is a thing. It's a lot more clear cut. And I think that's just a result of the development of like the way that music works now. Like it's so accessible, man. Like someone could be underground, but they're still like big, and they can maintain being underground just through how they present and live their life while still being a big artist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I think that's something that I see a lot as well in underground artists.
Yeah.
Because I feel like underground was a term I would describe in like 2015 SoundCloud. And then now, you can have like a pretty good amount of followers on like Instagram or even like monthly listeners, and they're still considered underground.
Yeah.
And it is about that kind of, that brand image, I guess, that you're giving off. Is that something that you kind of have been thinking about more as you're getting older, and also how you want to position yourself, like, or not even yourself, but Finn Foxell, the brand? Are those like conversations that you have?
100%. I think it's something you're always mindful of as an artist. Like, you're aware of how you're being perceived, and you try be on the ball with how you want to present. And I think the older I've got, the less I personally care about that. But it's something that I still see as like intrinsic to how I get my music out to people. And yeah, I don't know. I think now I think about it, but with the intention of just trying to be completely honest, because I don't want to try to paint a superficial picture. I don't want to try to act cool. I'd like to think that I can just be myself, and like,
and that's cool enough.
Yeah, and that's cool enough, innit? And I think being yourself is cool. And like, that's not to say that loads of underground artists aren't being themselves. I think they are, and that's what makes them so cool. And like, whoever you are as an artist or a musician or creative, like, your truth will always be like, it will always look better and feel better than you trying to do something that isn't true to you. And yeah, so I guess it's intentional how I do it, but like, my intention is to just be like, just have my heart on my sleeve and just show myself, like, if anything is relatable. Like, I'm not trying to be too cool and mysterious or nothing, because I felt like I did that a bit and that come naturally earlier on in my career. And now it's like, actually, like, I don't know, I want people to feel like connected and close to like me as a person and feel relatable. So yeah, I don't know. Just don't think about it too tough no more, really.
What's your creative process like?
Or
like songwriting process?
Usually what I'll do is like almost like deprive myself creatively for like maybe a week or two, where I'll just focus on being in the moment and living. And then I'll end up in studio for a session that's been booked, or one I organise with someone I've worked with already, and we'll sit down and I'll be like, what have you been listening to lately? Or is there anything on mind? And then they'll usually return the question, and I'll chuck anything in the mix that's been on my mind, or any songs I've been loving, and then we'll just look to land on something and start jamming. I think now, especially the type of music I'm making and how I write now, is I like there being a guitar in the room, or a bass in the room, because that gives me like a backbone to build with, where like, if someone's jamming, within 5 minutes we'll land on a sound where I'm like, okay, yeah, run that. And yeah, like, those are sort of the building blocks. And sometimes it happens differently. Sometimes it will be a beat someone puts in front of me, you never really know, but there'll be a moment where it'll be like, yeah, okay, this one. And then I'm like, it's almost like a signal from my brain where it's like, you can do something to this, and like, you're yearning to do something to this. This is why you deprive yourself creatively for a couple of weeks, because you've got a lot in your brain to let out, and this is a perfect way to do it. So yeah, I'd say that's sort of my process. I used to write all the time on public transport, and it was just more like a world watching. I draw inspiration from everywhere, but I feel like over time, I like almost like charging up and letting it all out in one. Because when I do that, it feels like the songs I write feel more, I don't know, more impactful for me personally. So yeah, that's kind of the process, I guess.
Before you when you choose the songs to release as like, whether they're part of an album or if they're just singles, do you ever feel that kind of like gut feeling where you're like, oh yeah, this is the one to release? Or do you sometimes release something without loving it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think like that's like a toil that artists have, which like, you want to serve your fan base, but you also want to serve yourself in terms of what feels right. And like, it's easy to forget, in most cases, what feels right is what's going to serve your fan base. And I think the mistakes I've made in the past is delegating responsibility, like too much responsibility of input on decisions about what song should come first, or what should this, or what should be a lead single, or what should that. And the times when it's worked best is when I've just followed my gut feeling. And yeah, there definitely is an instinct that comes, like with that moment where you're like, oh yeah, I can write to this. It's like when you're listening to one and you connect it to some others and place it into a project, or you suddenly can envision the rollout in your mind and you're like, this one's next and that one follows this, and it's all just like realization based. And if you're listening to too many outside voices, like you can't tune in to like hear those epiphanies and gut instincts that are coming from yourself. So yeah, always listen to your gut.
Do you like working with a label?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like I'm working with a distributor at the moment, which I guess is like the wing of a label.
Yeah.
Where I'm not in like a record deal, but
Yeah.
they give me what I need to get done, and I still have ownership and the creative freedom. I just think working with big companies, like it can be really quite, I don't know, it can be really discouraging sometimes because like they ultimately, like they're an investment firm and they focus on investments at work. And I think the way that like it's tiered up between massive artists and small to medium sized artists is like the small to medium sized artists are always the people that pay when things go wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why like I would encourage people, if you can stay independent, because you maintain ownership, but also you don't place your timeline or your budget in the hands of people who are happy to scrap it if it goes wrong and they need to cover some losses from elsewhere in the label. And I just think when you work with a label or distributor, especially label distributors, you ultimately sign up for that possibility. And when you don't, although it may feel harder and you're going to have to raise more funds by yourself and all these things, there's just so many things that can't go wrong because it becomes all down to you. But I think that obviously is scary for artists. Do you know what I mean? When we're creatives and we just want to make music, you'd rather focus on the music and let a team handle the other stuff. And that's one of the reasons that, I mean, labels will always have a place. There's pros and cons, man, and it's down to every individual in terms of what you want as an artist. Like, how do you want it to look? Do you want a whole team handling everything? Do you want it just to be you and your close friend who manages you, plus maybe some people you employ on freelance that you work with over time, and that works great as well. And yeah, you got to build your own team and your own little business outside of it relying on a label, because if that label pulled the rug, you're fucked.
Congratulations on your recent offspring.
Thank you. My recent offspring.
And sprung it did.
Yeah,
right
very much
into
sprung.
The world. How has having an offspring, or perhaps we would call it fatherhood, how has that, if at all, I assume it has, changed you as a person, I suppose, first and foremost, but then also has it changed anything to do with like your creative process?
Yeah, for sure. I think like there's a selflessness which comes with being a father, and I think also being like a young father as well. It's like, I don't know, there's challenges that come with that, but also benefits. So I feel like I've gained perspective that maybe like even a lot of people around me haven't had yet or won't have for a while. And that's not to say that like it puts me in an advantage, because like I've got a lot less time on my hands, you know what I mean? But I think I'm more motivated to make more use of that time. And like I was always doing the music for myself, and I'm still doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for the little one now, you know what I mean? And yeah, it just gives me more motivation to create legacy, create cool things that people enjoy, be a person that they can be proud of. And all in all, I think that's just lended into me going even harder with everything I do. And yeah, being a little bit more self-aware and reflective in the way that I write, just out of the maturity and self-awareness that comes from becoming a parent, I think. And yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of it, really. I feel like it's just made me a better person, and becoming a better person generally makes whatever else you do in your life benefit as well. Yeah.
Are you happy in life, you would say?
Oh yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm happy as hell.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look it too.
Yeah. I'm glad.
You're like beaming.
Yeah. No, when you ask me that question, it's like, hell yeah, I'm happy, man. Like, there's so much that I'm grateful for. Do you know what I mean? From my family and my friends, to being able to get to do what I love for a living. And I don't know, man, like that puts me on top of the world in my eyes, you know what I mean? It's like, wouldn't have it any other way.
Sometimes I really struggle with like letting myself be happy. You know, like I feel like it's not allowed.
100. I think I used to have that imposter syndrome as well, where like I very much wasn't used to it, and like the way that I kind of would go through life in the past, it was always centered around where I'm trying to go, like where I'm trying to get to, and just trying to deal with a bag of stress that life like gives you. Whereas now I feel like, I don't know, I'm so much more, again, it like all kind of reached back to this self-awareness of I'm just at peace with myself, and that like allows me to enjoy actual peace in the world that I'm in, rather than focusing on all the badness. Because yeah, life has good and bad, you know what I mean? And like when you focus on the bad, you don't want to allow yourself to be happy because you're engrossed in the negative. So like you're not going to perpetuate positivity when you're bogged down in the things that are bad in your life. But when you can focus on the latter, what's good, like that's all that you're ultimately gonna put out into the world. And yeah, I feel like I've learned over time, and still learning, do you know what I mean? It's like we all have our days and moments, and I still have times when I find it hard to let myself be happy. But I feel like now that's usually at a time when it's really difficult to be happy and you have to feel some other emotions, rather than just constantly in that zone, you know?
Yeah. How do you feel about writing music when you're in that happier state versus when you're in that more negative state? Because I feel like a lot of artists who do write maybe about sad emotions or angry emotions or like comparing themselves emotions, I feel like once they kind of get to a place in life where they're feeling happy and like kind of content, there's that writer's block. Yeah. There's that moment where you're like, wait, if I'm not writing about the shit stuff, like what am I supposed to be writing about? Like who am I?
Yeah. And like, I think that's like, I don't know, it like kind of connects to like that masochism of artists where we think that we have to suffer in order to create. And it's like a lot of art comes from suffering, and that might be the place that we're coming from and where it started. But yeah, I do think it was weird for me when I started writing happy music, because most of the music that I made, it was always an outlet for the harder times. And it's definitely something to get used to, but then it parallels just the exact same way. Like when I'm happy, I'll make a happy song now, and when I'm sad, I'll make a sad song. And those are the two yin yangs of life, and you can't act like the other isn't there. And if I was making loads of happy songs, chances are I'm probably avoiding someone in the back of my head too. And yeah, I don't know, it's that common theme in life, man. It's just balance, isn't it? You want to be able to do both, and you don't want to lie to yourself. And I think that now like comes through in my music, where there's more of a balance in the themes and the emotions that I'm conveying, which is nice, because then I can like reflect on it and be like, oh, that's ultimately me in a better place, I think.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my chest. It's just balancing it.
Yeah, it's just balancing it.
When you look into maybe like 20 years into the future, or even less, like 10, what is it that you want more of, I guess, if anything? Is it like more followers, more listeners, more people to inspire? Is it more money? Like when you think of like the 10 to 20 years on, like what's that kind of thing where you're like, I want more of that? I
think that I wanna contribute more, like to, like, I don't know, you can narrow it down and be like, I want to contribute to like British music and like the culture in which like I exist in, or like I just want to contribute to humanity, man. Like if like there's a single history book down the line which my name can end up on for a positive impact I've had, it's like, yo, I've done my job, man. Like, not for the sake of like wanting to be remembered or this, that, but just the sake of getting to be part of this narrative and have a integral role in it. Like that's a sick thing, do you know what I mean? Because then I feel like I've served a purpose, as well as also doing what I love. So like, yeah, hopefully I can just contribute more, man. Like drop more good records, hopefully inspire some more people, and provide for my family. Yeah.
Well, Finn Foxell, thanks so much for stargazing with me.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
Seen some nice little sky things, had a good chat.
Yeah.
Talk some shit.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Thanks. And now enjoy the sorrows and joyful woes of being human and waiting for death to come.
You hear that? Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was good.